Count Corla. When the Taoiseach became Taoiseach again, he spoke about his vision to make Ireland the best country in Europe to be a child. And the point has already been made about hot school meals and the very substantial impact that that can have for children. But then why is at least one school, but presumably others, in some of the most disadvantaged areas of the country having their entitlement to hot school meals removed? That's what's happening to St Aidan's Senior National School in Brookfield in Tallaght. They were previously told that by the department that they were entitled to access the hot meal scheme. They made arrangements with Glanmore Foods, they put in industrial ovens, the pupils completed their food orders, and then recently they've been informed that their school is not entitled to access the hot food school meal scheme, even though it's a DEIS banned one school. Doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
I just want to thank the deputies for their contributions. Deputy Farrell raised the issue in particular of the childhood disability networks, and they won't specifically fall under the remit of the new unit. They'll obviously fall to Minister Rabbitte, and the transfer of disability functions to her new department, or the Department of Children Equality, Youth and Integration, will be happening on the 1st of March. But it is very relevant to the wellbeing aspect of the unit's work. And I hear the frustration that parents have and endure when it comes to not being able to get assessments of need, or particularly when it comes to not being able to get the treatments and therapies that their children need. Had the chance in the past 2 weeks to spend some time in Bernardo's, in my own constituency, and also with the family resource centres in Kildare and Newbridge. And I recognise the very good value that we get from the services they provide. It is money well spent, and the return of investment is a very good one. And these are areas where we will invest more in the years to come. On the issue of the hot school meals, I think it's a really great programme, a big fan of it. I don't know the details of St Aidan's and why they're no longer on the programme. If the deputy wants to send me on the details, I'll certainly have it looked into. On the roadmap for social inclusion, as deputies will know, it's our national strategy for poverty reduction and improved social inclusion. It includes a specific chapter on helping children and families with the goal of reducing child poverty and ensuring that all families can participate fully in society. The roadmap incorporates the national child poverty target identified in Bob F and Better Outcomes, Brighter Futures. The National Framework for Children and Young People requiring a 66% reduction in the number of children in consistent poverty by the end of 2021. We had been very much going in the right direction in that regard in recent years, but the pandemic and the cost of living crisis which has followed has thrown that, I think, and unfortunately I suspect that'll show up in the numbers quite soon. The roadmap includes 2 commitments specifically relating to child poverty targets. One is to establish and report on a new target in respect of child poverty to improve Ireland's ranking from 20th to getting us into the top 5 for the EU Silk reporting year of 2025. And this will be the equivalent of reducing the percentage of children under 18 at risk of poverty and social exclusion from around 24% to 16%. And also to continue to report on progress against the national target for reducing the number of children experiencing consistent poverty by the end of 2020, and then set a new target for the period to the end of 2025, consistent with any revised EU targets. In relation to the unit itself, the aim, as I mentioned earlier, is to have the unit established by the end of March with a clear work plan, and preparatory work is underway in that regard. Further work and engagement will inform the scope and programme of work for the unit. The aim is to ensure that the unit brings added value, as well as strategic leadership and enhanced accountability to the child poverty agenda, and makes a tangible difference to the lives of children and families. I know the issue of a public model of childcare has been mentioned. I'll have to speak to Minister O'Gorman about that. Perhaps the right way to approach it, if it hasn't been done already, is a pilot of a few public provided childcare facilities, see how they work, see how they compare with the private sector in terms of quality and cost and reliability and so on, and then perhaps take it from there.
Thank you very much.